Vintage Morgans, the backbone of our Wild West, the big silver, the largest silver coin ever put into circulation. I can't tell you the last time I've talked about one of these great coins, and it's less than a modern silver eagle in uncirculated condition. Well, tonight, because it's made as one of our specials in the show, they gave it a special price. Wow, with today's $50 silver market, look at the price on this 100-plus-year-old Morgan dollar. Yeah, $69.79 would be one of the lowest prices in the industry, easily. But tonight they approved $59.95 for the limited quantity we have in the show here tonight, and it is limited. It's not 400 or 500 of each coin, which I would love to have available. I got 5 or 6 rolls, which means it's going to be a very short conversation on a crazy, crazy silver opportunity. So it's silver hanging in there, right? I mean, most people thought silver would hit $50 and, like the last time, drop back quick. And right now it's holding. It's been there, give or take, 30 plus days. So now we're seeing the ingots, the rounds, the bars, all priced where? $59, $69 each. Can you find them, right? The market's hot, very hot with silver. The other alternative is silver eagles, maple leaf pandas, that type, legal tender 1 ounce silvers. And that market's hot. I mean, we have the best price in the planet, the best price on the airwaves. And our 2025 silver eagles are more than this 1885 vintage uncirculated Morgan dollar. That's just silly. And it's a good silly, an outright good silly. So the Morgan dollar was introduced in 1878 from silver out of the Comstock lode, which was Virginia City, Nevada. It was the largest silver find ever in the United States. And from the find, we were able to now bring back and have the big silver dollar, which really wasn't part of our government's circulation process for the first 75 years, 3/4 of a century. I mean, it was legal tender to use English and Spanish coins up until 1857. And that was when the Comstock lode kind of winded through, found silver. We now can say no more foreign silver. It'll just be U.S. And then through this process, we introduced a bill to make a new big silver dollar. It was designed by George T. Morgan. It's named after him thereof, the Morgan dollar. It was made for 27 consecutive years, so that's 1878 through the year 1904. Now, they brought it back in 1921 while they were working on the design for the peace dollar. So there's 28 coins. But the original 27 are the vintage side of the equation. The other thing that happened in 1918 that had a very large impact on the Morgan dollar was the Pittman Act, which was helping out the English in World War I. They needed silver. We didn't want to have our silver dollars be tied to it, so we melted the silver and helped prop, which is what, I guess, allies do. But by destroying 60% of all the Morgans ever struck, now the question is, which ones are they? And we just honestly don't know. Now, the other hand is you can use NGC and PCGS, the big grading services that have been doing it for over 40 years, and you get an idea of what is or what isn't being seen, and it helps clue in. But in a crazy market like today, I look at these two and say we're 140 years old. These are the actual coins that if in 1886 you walked into the pharmacy in Atlanta and you bought a Coca-Cola, the year the Coca-Cola was introduced, you could use your silver dollar to help pay for it. Right? Part of our history is tied to what was going on. The story of these 2 years in the United States is a rivalry that's still out there today. Everybody thinks Coca-Cola in 1886 was the deal, which was the pharmacist John Pemberton. But it was actually Dr. Pepper the year earlier, 1885, right? Statue of Liberty shows up in New York Harbor. It's dedicated in 1886. So when you hit this country by boat, you see that beautiful in the middle of New York Harbor. Wow. That's all tied back to the years these two coins were being made. I mean, the first gas car. And look at where we are today, right? That was Carl Benz, yes. If you're a baseball fan, Ty Cobb was born in 86. And again, all that stuff is available on Wikipedia and other sources of information, but it's always fun to go back and look at what actually was going on in our history when, well, the big silver was the Morgan dollar. Now value. It's all about value, right? If you wanted to buy the brand new Morgan series, and in 2021, for the 100th anniversary of the last Morgan, the first piece, they brought it back. 175,000 coins sold out in a matter of minutes. Over 3 separate sales held that year. Because it was so popular, they brought it back in 2023. They made another one in 2024. So far this year, 25, we have the uncirculated and proof already out. The new Morgan, the modern Morgan series is out there. A modern Morgan costs, give or take, $100 directly with the mint. We can go back 140 years and get the original Morgan. Not for $69 or $79, which are our normal prices on these two coins, which are just crazy prices. Tonight we're at $59.95. Talk about making a statement. And I just love it. Now the phones are crazy busy right now. They're about a 20-second to 30-second hold. We have a backup system, and the backup system has filled itself up. The fast busy is there. So just dial that 10-digit number toll free. If you hear a fast busy, pause. Wait about 15, 20 seconds and hit it, and they'll bring you right back to us. Guys, give me a 30-second clock, please. So my competition on these two coins are over $150. So at $69.79, we'd be half the price. Right now at $59.95. For a vintage uncirculated Morgan. I mean, I don't even think my 1921s are this affordable. And our silver dollar prices are the best in the industry. Always have been. So tonight, vintage coins. 1885 Philadelphia, 1886 Philadelphia. If I have one, I want another. If I have 4, I want 8. At $59.95, get what you can. Crazy prices. But that's what you expect here on ABC, right? And that's exactly why we call this segment the Daily Deal.